Welcome to my channel, Heels in Business. As I can't seem to stay in one place or job for too long, I thought I'd share my life adventures with you.
This adventure is part 2 of my trip to Beijing. This is me on the way to the Great Wall. I organised a driver for the day for about 600 yen and he was going to wait with me all day. So I've just made it to the Great Wall. It took about an hour and 40 minutes to get here, so not too bad. The Great Wall of China is the longest wall in the world, and there are 2 sections that are the closest to Beijing city, Badaling and Mutianyu. Not sure if I said that right, but I decided to visit Mutianyu on recommendations from lots of people. Okay, well, I have got my ticket, so I was picked up at the Marriott. The driver took me here to, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, Mutianyu? I'll figure it out at some point. And there was 2 sections that are closest to Beijing city centre, Badaling and Mutianyu. I've come to the latter. It was the one that was recommended to me, and like I said, it took about an hour and 40 minutes to get here. Saw several car crashes on the way. It would seem the locals like to get into car crashes, and there were some heated arguments happening on the road, presumably over who was at fault. So the driver parked up, and in the parking lot itself you can book your tickets for the Great Wall. So you have the entrance fee one, and it appears that you can't actually drive up to the wall, so there's a shuttle bus that takes you there. So I've got my ticket to get in, and then I've bought my shuttle bus ticket, which I'm just there now, entrance, and then I've got a sky ride up, and I've booked for a toboggan all the way down, so this will be interesting. And then it's about 5-10 minute walk in with lots of shops, restaurants before the shuttle bus entrance here. As you can see, it is pretty cold, so I made sure to dress appropriately with hat, gloves, thermals, everything, and trainers due to the snow. Although the trainers did not stop me from seriously injuring myself. Continue watching to find out how I managed this. Well, just had the shuttle bus ride to the main entrance. It was literally 5 minutes, if that, and now there's more walking to get to the actual entrance. But really nice scenery. It's kind of what I've expected, was expecting. I was a little bit confused, but I think I get it now. There's 2 ways that you can get up. Well, 3 presumably. I presume you could walk up, maybe not. There's a cable car that takes you up and down, and there's what I've picked, which is, I think, a sky rider up and toboggan down. So I was a little bit confused, but I think I figured it out now. And as you can tell, the stairs have taken it out of me. I sound really unfit. So that really did take me by surprise. So obviously you can't have your back on your bag. So they said bag in front, which is fine, but then you sort of stand there, and then this thing just comes up behind you just to sit in it. So that took me slightly by surprise. But now I'm up and away to the Great Wall. Good thing I'm not really scared of heights, I guess. Erin, come. Made it to the top of the Great Wall. I figured it out in the end. So the ticket I had was you can get the sky ride cable thing up and down, but you have the option to put toboggan down. The toboggan slide looks really cool, but also very scary. But saying that, also was the ride up. There's not much in the way of safety. You have to be quite careful. It's easy for your bag as well to slip through the gaps, and yeah, very easy for you to fall out. It was scary at times, but also fun, and much better than having to hike or walk it up, where there is an option for pedestrians to go up. Much preferred that way, even though it was scary. And the view is amazing here. Pretty much what I expected, but nothing's ever the same in real life, and it is incredible. My plan now is to go exploring. Going downstairs is always easier than going up. So this is the easy part. I've been mainly going downstairs at the moment. It'll be interesting when I attempt to go up those stairs and then make it all the way back. About to attempt the long walk to the next watchtower, having some Percy pigs as sustenance before I attempt the climb. The wall was built in different areas by different states and dynasties. Therefore, the wall as it is today was not just built by one particular dynasty. It was built in various sections. The first parts of the wall date as far back as 770 BC. The Great Wall was not just a wall, it was an integrated military defensive system with watchtowers, fortresses and beacon towers for communications. The wall was built to prevent invasion and to protect the Silk Road trade. I'm just about to attempt the long wall up. I think I'm out of breath already. Not usually that unfit. And plus here are the excuses. It's winter. I'm quite padded with clothes, so it's not that comfortable. No, it's fine really. I'm just making excuses because I know I'm getting out of breath already. The Chinese government have taken measures to protect the wall, with laws to protect it and funds for restoration, protection and maintenance. I believe Mutianyu is one of the most restored sections of the wall. Well, made it to the top of that section. It was as hard as I thought it was going to be. Actually, I think it was harder. I actually thought I was telling myself it was going to be hard and then it wouldn't be that bad. But I was really out of breath, and it's also affected my lungs. I'm coughing. It got me good. And I found... God, I can't even talk. I don't even think it's the steps. It was the depth of them as well. They were some of the steps up are quite deep, so you really felt like you were lifting your legs up to get up. I'll just concede that I'm unfit at the moment. I've not really recovered, but I'm going to make my way back up and I might explore the other section of the wheel. Going down is so much easier. And it's funny hearing the other comments as I was going down of people. Many saying how deep some of the stairs were. They were like twice the average normal step, which is probably the bit that makes it quite hard. Some of them are really narrow, like nothing, like now. But others are really quite deep, and I think that's what's the struggle. So I felt comforted that other people were struggling too. Here we go again, the stairs. I need to work out anyway, this is good for me after all the food I've eaten this week. I need to burn some calories. Decided to take a small break from all this endurance walking by what appears to be an old cannon. This is really nice. It's been an intense couple of months with the project that I've been working on, and this week was the readout of the project here in Beijing. So it's been a really intense few days and ups and downs, but we got there in the end, so it was all positive. And it's just nice to relax here now and just relax my mind, not tax it, not to be thinking, just be with my thoughts, which is very nice. This cat has decided to join me. A cat that lives on the Great Wall. Just as I was saying I was having a nice relaxing sit on the Great Wall, this cat decides to join me. Watching the people go down the toboggan, it looks fine. You just have a handle that you pull to break it down, and there's a man down there that tests. He always makes you stop, so after you can go, you make sure that you can stop, and they just tell you to make sure you keep your distance from other people. I think you kind of have to give it some to let it gain some momentum. But I'm sure it's a very steep slide, so I'm sure it eventually gains a lot of momentum and speed. I've been here for about a couple of hours now, and I think I'm ready to head back. It looks like you can walk for miles and miles along the Great Wall here. The two main sections that you can get up here by, I think it's a ski lift and the cable ride. They take you to two very different sections of the wall, and you can walk in between once you're up. But I think I'm all walled out now, and I'm ready to do my toboggan down. Just the instructions for the toboggan, explaining how far away you need to keep from other riders, that you have to slow down at the end of the track, and basically how the lever, you push it forward to accelerate and back to brake. Let's go. And that's the toboggan slide done. It was really fun actually. I'm glad I'd done the lift up and the toboggan down. You have to push it quite hard to make it accelerate, and you have to make use of when you've got the slopes going down to really get some speed. There was a point where I met up with another family, so I had to slow down quite a bit. But it was fun. It was good fun. Not dangerous at all. That is the Great Wall complete. I've got my ticket for the shuttle back down, so I'm going to make my way back to the shuttle now and then walk back to the parking lot where the driver is. I am feeling a little bit hungry, so I might grab a small snack here before I get some proper lunch when I head back. Depends on how hungry I am at the time. And you all laugh at this. I'm sitting down because I came off the toboggan perfectly fine and started walking down the stairs, and there was an elderly lady struggling to get down in front of me, and then I kind of walked down the stairs, and I have no idea, but somehow I managed to slip on the last step and twist my ankle. It really did hurt at the time. It's quite funny considering I'd done all these steep stairs on the wall with all the snow, and literally as I get back, that's where I slip, and it's not even a bad step. I'll show you. I literally slipped on that last step there. I have no idea. It's as if my ankle gave way. It's the same ankle that I sprained wearing block heels on cobbled streets of Portugal. So I'm hoping it's not too bad. I've sat down for about 5 to 10 minutes now. The pain has subsided. Let's see if I can walk on it. Well, it looks like I can walk on it as long as I don't put too much pressure on my left foot. It seems okay. I'm wearing trainers, sensible shoes. It wasn't even a bad step. I have no idea. Found my way slowly back to the shuttle bus station. This section behind me is the walkway to the Great Wall, and where you have to walk back to get back to the car. Lots and lots of shops here with various souvenirs and food options for if you're hungry before or after. I didn't trust any of the Chinese options, so I opted for good old Burger King as my option. Something I will share with you as I walk back to the car is the toilets. They are what they call squat toilets. And yeah, they're not pleasant at all. There was no toilet paper, so if you do come prepared with tissue and wipes. They did have soap and water though, but yeah, do be prepared. Lots of toilet facilities at the wall, not a problem there, would just prefer a normal toilet. Made it back from the Great Wall. It was a really, really good trip. I'm really glad that I've managed to make the time and find the time to go up to the Great Wall. It's a shame normally when I visit cities that I don't really get to see much of it, and to come all the way to Beijing and not see the Great Wall would have been a shame. So I'm really happy, and it was just a really nice way to end an intense week of debate, thinking and strategy, and yeah, just nice to not have to think and relax, and away from all the hustle and bustle as well. The scenery was amazing. It was really serene. It was a beautiful place, so highly recommend it. Going to the Great Wall was definitely a must in Beijing City. I'm back now, so I'm going to chill out for a bit and relax before my flight home tomorrow. Last day in Beijing, Sunday. I'm flying home in a couple of hours. Looks quite foggy outside today, which every day has been quite bright and sunny, but today it's looking quite foggy. Really glad to be going home. It's been a good week, but always happy to be going home. I wish I could just magically appear there, but unfortunately not. I have about an hour to get to the airport, and then I think it's a good 10 hours before I arrive in the UK. But yeah, looking forward to just getting home now. Update on my ankle, it got worse. So it was fine getting back from the Great Wall to the hotel, and I thought, oh, okay, it's not too bad. But then over the next few hours, the pain got progressively worse. So I had to take some tablets, get the hotel to send ice to the room, start icing it, elevating it, because it got to the point where I couldn't even put any pressure on it. And all I'm thinking was about today. So I'm currently still taking tablets, icing, elevating it now, and I can put some pressure on it, but it's not great. So yeah, silly me. Typical, really. I didn't even hurt myself on the great wall, just on a normal step. Typical. So look, icing my foot before I get on the plane today.